Hello, today is Friday and it's February 23rd, Retreat Briefing. So today's topic is Spellcoin rises and what is DWF Labs. So last September and November, this Spellcoin has risen more than 60%, and from yesterday, 22nd, it is rising more than 70%. So a market mover who made this diverse change in the price is DWF Labs, an investment company. So we're going to find out their portfolio later. So first of all, let's have a look at dominance pictures. So Bitcoin dominance decreased slightly from yesterday, and Ethereum and altcoins increased slightly, and Tether dominance increased a little yesterday but started to decrease. So this seems that altcoins and Ethereum might have a chance to increase more by looking at the atmosphere in dominance. So this is our Goya Dominance 1 chart from Wednesday 2 p.m. to today's 1 p.m. So starting from yesterday 11 o'clock, it started to rise continuously, and this morning it dropped again, and it seems like they are giving a strong shake to altcoins. So with Bitcoin and Ethereum's movement, I think altcoins will give a up and down movement a lot, so you should be aware for that today. And the point seems like it might drop under minus 40. So if you have altcoins that made profit, aware for the timing to sell them. So this is a liquidation heat map for last 24 hours. And as you can see, Bitcoin and Ethereum increased and made short positions liquidated. And on the other hand, altcoins, which had a big increase, started to fall and liquidate long positions. So normally the superior crypto, I mean representative crypto, which means Bitcoin and Ethereum increases, most altcoins follow them, but they did not today. So this proves that the market is in very chaotic situation and it's hard to expect where the market will go. So I think whales or market movers might change the atmosphere of markets soon. So in last 24 hours, total 115, it's 116 almost, $1 million futures positions were liquidated. And this is a liquidation heat map for last 4 hours. It's 11 a.m. in Korea time. So most cryptos had a decrease and made long positions liquidated. And I brought a article that not an article, but I brought a paragraph introducing the spell coin, which I said in the topic. So this spell token is simply a blockchain lending platform staking and governance token, which means that if you give them safe assets such as USDT, they lend you slightly less than that and gives you a interest from it. So again, DWF Labs, which I said in the beginning, this is a portfolio of DWF Labs, and these are the most increased crypto lists from them. So there is Jasmy, which I mentioned a lot in recent briefings, and there is also this Fetch AI, FET, which is the main crypto of AI cryptos, and there's Spell Token 2. So the rise percentage you can see from here, it's unbelievable. So we will gonna check the specific information about Spellcoin using our Goya Premium chart later. So I think it's good to think that these coins might get pumped almost every 3 months. So if it dropped a lot, I think it is a good timing to have a look at it. And besides, there are many cryptos out there, so I think looking for cryptos that didn't increase recently would be nice to test those market makers may be involved. So, and this is a article about Ethereum, and I found this in where is it? In a CoinGape. So it's an article that Ethereum's price would reach $4,000 in March on four factors, including spot ETF. So Ethereum recently had a strong bull market, and I mentioned many times we should focus on Ethereum in this year. So I think that this year Ethereum can break through past highest price, but also even reach the 5K this year. So now, by article, it says that first of all, the Dencon upgrades scheduled for March, and second, the spot ETF. It is proved that the Bitcoin was affected a lot by the ETF, so definitely this spot ETF would do something to the Ethereum. And third, staking. And finally, the Ethereum price on bullish technical structure. So Ethereum, I think focusing on Ethereum this year would be your best choice. And this is an article about Bitcoin whales are avoiding the short positions. So by looking this only looking at this article, there would be a more rise, since avoiding short positions means that they would not make a sell a lot. So there definitely is a possibility of increase, but market movers are the ones who lead the market's price. So I think that knowing movers' thoughts is more important than whales thinking. So yeah, but quite unpositive news. And this is a liquidation heat map for Bitcoin today. And in yesterday's briefing, I told you that it will probably move between 51K to 53K and fall under 51K to liquidate long positions and finally move near to 53K. And by looking at this heat map, it only increased all the way up to 52.13K dollars and decreasing slightly right now. So we'll have to see if it falls all the way down to this place is 50,500 and liquidate those long positions near there. And this is a liquidation heat map for Ethereum. And also in yesterday's briefing, I said that there are money both in over 30,000 and under 2,900. So Ethereum will have an up and down movement. And it seems like they made a rise first. So they increased the price all the way up to here and liquidated short positions. And now it seems like it's trying to liquidate positions under 2,900. So think of a possibility that it might drop more all the way down here. And this is a RSI heat map for the last 4 hours. And in yesterday's briefing, I said that cryptos will, with slight rebound or not increased, cryptos would have a possibility to increase. And if you look at this heat map, you can see cryptos at under 40 points moved away from it. So they had a slight rebound. And now is a time that every coins can go wherever they want. So futures trader must pay attention to this chaotic market. So now let's have a look at detailed informations about per coins. So this, you can see the dominance is almost minus 39. It's 5 p.m. in South Korea time. So it is getting down, and the Bitcoin's move is looking similar for several days. Almost the whole this week is moving this way, so moving in sideways. So we have an up and down movements right now, moving near the Goya line, breaking through it, getting down again, and the final signal we have is the S signal, and there's S3 signal. So you can see the price is going down, and the Goya line slope is also in a bad positions. But you can see that this RSI changed into green place, so there is a possibility for an coming of L signal, and if we have more to help those candle signal, it might have a slight rebound all the way up to here, but I think that's quite an useless rebound, so it probably, this was at today's highest point, so think this line as a resistance. Let's check. Yeah, think of this line as a first resistant line, so if it cannot break through this point, I think the Bitcoin will have a hard time to get a rebound. So now could be a good timing for you to do some dollar cost averaging for a first place. So it's 50,900. Since we have an S and S3 signal here, just look at in mind to think of in mind that the Bitcoin have a possibility to go down for more, and this score chart is also pointing the lower places, so pay attention to the decrease. And we're gonna see the Ethereum. Ethereum is also moving in sideways for a while, and for today you can see that there was S signal and L signal. S signal is just moving in this M shaped and failed to break through this resistant line of Goya line, so we had an S2 signal right now and S signal, so think of Ethereum will go down for a while. And as I said in the presentation, there are assets under $2,900, so I think it's highly to go all the way down to there to liquidate them, those long positions. So as always, this point is today's highest point. Think of this line as a first resistant line, and right now could be a first support line. So if the price rebounds from here, you might start from this point, but if it drops more, $2,867 might be your second support line, so keep that in mind. I think it will highly go down all the way down, so since there are a lot of money gathering long positions. And we're gonna look at Ripple. Whoops. Ripple had a hard time recently, so moving in very small box area. So just like other coins, we have a S2 signal and S signal for the final. So you can see that the trend is going downwards, and as always, use this SR in order to find out the resistance and support line. So this place It's today's highest point. Could be a first resistant line. So the basic theory is quite similar. So if it breaks through the resistant line, then those resistant line could become a support line. So it might have it might play over this line, but if it cannot break this resistant line, then the price will keep go down. So right now could be your first support line, and if it goes down more, these places could be your support lines. So keep that in mind. And as I said in the presentation, let's have a look at Spellcoin, which had a huge increase. I can't just believe this. Starting from yesterday 1 p.m., it had a big jump, a huge jump. I don't know even how much is that, but had a huge jump and starting to move in sideways. This kind of looked like they are having a rest, but still there is an L2 signal remaining, and there we got an LB signal, and there's L signal going on. So, and it's trying to meet the Goya line. So I suggest you guys to think about doing something near the Goya line if you are willing to. But as this red area is getting smaller, I think there is a possibility to go down for a little bit. So just think of this coin could go all the way down to the first place. So keep that in mind always. And we have to see if the Goya line can support this candlestick or not. So if it supports, it can go up more, but if the Goya line couldn't support it, then the price will keep go down, I think. So the market maker's move is unbelievable, just making that coin so expensive. So I hope you guys stop futures trading for a while, because since the market is very chaotic, and focus on spot trading would be a good idea, I personally think. So thank you for listening to my briefing today, and I hope you guys have a safe trade. Bye.